Hey rabbits, it's Trixie and it's super hot in here, so if I look like a melting popsicle, that's why. In today's video, I want to name 3 things that I hate about Germany. It was actually difficult to find things that I truly dislike, so please spare me comments like,
well, leave Germany and go to America then if you hate it so much.
Let's face it, everyone hates something about the place that he or she lives in. So these are my personal pet peeves. Number 1. The PTSD you're left with after grocery shopping in German supermarkets. You know, the shopping experience itself is fine. Supermarkets and discounters offer a broad variety of products here and the employees are mostly friendly. But then it happens. You have to pay. No, that's still not what I mean. Of course, it sucks that you have to spend money on stuff, but what I am talking about are the conveyor belts at the supermarket checkout. You have a huge shopping cart full of products that you want to purchase, and they give you -2 minutes to put everything on the conveyor belt, bag it, and pay for it. No, usually no one helps you bag your items. That's an American thing, I suppose, and I truly envy you guys. I mean, seriously, have you ever been to a German supermarket? What is this? Sometimes I'm putting my items onto the conveyor belt as quickly as possible, but the cashier moves it so quickly that there's like 1 meter distance between the previous item and the next one. Just let me put them all onto the conveyor belt and then you can move it. How about that? You're still placing stuff on the belt while on the other side you already hear the typical beep, beep, and all the nice items already slide down to this area where you are supposed to bag them. And with slide down, I mean almost break. Seriously, all the items just smash together. There are glasses and bottles that roll down a ramp and crash against a little wall. I would maybe understand all of this if there were other customers behind me in the queue and this high-speed processing is necessary to keep everything going and flowing in the supermarket. But most of the time there aren't. Or there are other checkouts available, so no one should be in a rush. So why this horrible pressure and stress? Any German cashiers here that could tell me why? I'm not blaming you, I'm sure there's a reason. And I know that if something is annoying to the customer, it's most likely not the employee's fault. Just please make me understand. However, I also have some tips for you. If you are shopping in a German supermarket or discounter, there are quite some things you can do to make your life easier. First of all, have your bag ready, and in case you have to purchase one, please choose a paper bag. Unfold it already and make it the first item on the conveyor belt. This saves you some serious time. Time you could spend watching all the Don't Trust the Rabbit videos. Just saying. Secondly, keep your calm. If you are too slow for their standards, fine. I mean, what can you do? Clone yourself? So simply try to not get stressed. The cashier and the other customers can see that you have a lot of grocery to bag and that you're already trying to do your best. And yet another thing, it doesn't hurt to ask. Could you please do this a little bit slower? I'm sorry, I feel like I cannot catch up with all the items. Something like that, in a polite way, of course. You know, the cashiers are doing the same thing over and over again during the whole day. For them, it's routine. Beep, 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 but you are not used to that. So if you're overwhelmed, simply let them know. Last tip that often saves me, buy fruit or vegetables. Best without a bag or put them all in the same one. You know, I simply don't see a reason why an apple needs a plastic bag all around it. Just wash it before you eat it. Anyway, buy fruit and or vegetables and make them the last items on the conveyor belt. It normally takes a little while for the cashier to weigh them and to type the right number code. Time that you can use to bag the rest of the items and to get your money ready. You are welcome. Wow, sorry, this part about supermarkets was a little longer than expected, but I guess I needed to vent a little. Daily life struggles of a German. The next thing on my list is German bureaucracy. As much as I love all this efficiency and dependability that comes with doing all this paperwork in Germany, come on, it sucks! And yeah, that's just me, an individual speaking. It's not only that you have to fill a form for every teeny tiny thing in Germany. The language and structure these forms use are just unbearable. Have you ever tried to do the taxes in Germany without paying someone to translate the Beamtendeutsch to you and tell you what to do? What sense does a super important form make that no one understands? I mean, if you simply have a job, one bank account and only the basic insurances, fine. I guess you can get the hang of it. But try having a YouTube channel. The conversation I had with the lady from the trade office kind of went like this. So what is it exactly that you do? I make YouTube videos. Online videos. I teach German with videos. Online. Internet. So marketing? Sure. And then you have to fill like 3 extra forms in your taxes and you have no clue what they want from you. Anzusetzender steuerpflichtiger Gewinn/Verlust
nach Anwendung des Paragraph 4 Absatz 4a EStG ohne Berücksichtigung des Teileinkünfteverfahrens bzw. Paragraph 8b KStG Beitrag Lautzelle 80 zuzüglich Beitrag Lautzelle 83.
Yeah. 42? I get it that everything has to be so detailed and standardized. I like having everything in order too. But in the end, I'm just a human being, and often I feel that is not enough to be capable of doing all of this correctly. How do I even know what I have to do before I start crying in despair trying to figure out how? So many times in my life I thought to myself, every German should get a paperwork assistant assigned. A person that you can call whenever you want to do something. Something that's just granted you know requires 3 forms. And a declaration with your signature. And a registration on the website, of course. And a PIN number. And a curl from your firstborn. Sometimes there is no information to be found on how to do things, and the only option you have is paying someone to tell you. Especially when you're trying to do something that will most likely save you money or get you money back. When I applied for parental allowance, I had to fill the most confusing form ever. You know, money from the government that mothers receive when they stay home from work to take care of their newborn baby? I'm really happy that this exists, but filling this form was a pain in the ass. There were so many things I didn't understand, different packages and options to choose, and of course you want to find the right way for yourself. Let me tell you, this is already annoying enough when you actually have time to take care of it. But guess what? Mothers that apply for parental allowance are usually mothers. They have a newborn baby at home. Or they are 9 months pregnant and sitting on a chair for longer than 5 minutes makes their butt cheeks fall asleep. I was so relieved when I read on the back of the form that there is a telephone line that you can call when you have questions. Well, the standard fee is 50 euros. 50 euros for a simple question that will save you 40 euros in the best case. You know, sometimes I think that bureaucracy in Germany is like that because you are supposed to fail. Basically, pay or fail. I'm not saying that's the case, really not, but it often feels like that. Another bureaucracy thing is that there are so many super specific laws. I get it. This has the advantage that you avoid nasty edge cases and confusing gray zones. But the huge disadvantage that I see is that everything seems so dry and strict. Take, for example, the concept of fair use. You may take a second-long scene from a movie and put it into your video. To spice things up, you know? But of course without having all the rights for said movie. From my point of view, I think that's a pretty awesome thing. Well, no chance in Germany. No fair use at all. Because a potential law is too difficult to define and evaluate. For me as a creator, this sucks. It's like the system leaves no freedom to entrepreneurs. It's like it doesn't trust them. Everything is too careful and too complicated and too predefined. I really wonder in how many cases all this paperwork and all these intimidatingly precise laws have impeded dreamers and super creative people from achieving something amazing. This was a pretty dry topic, so let's talk about the last aspect now. German movies and series. I bet this is going to offend some people, but in my opinion, most, not the ones that you are watching and enjoying, of course. German movies and series are bad. The acting is always so cringy and the plots are so cheap. All this soap opera crap. Rosamunde Pilcher, Till Schweiger. Sure, there are some very good actors. I'm not saying that there aren't any exceptions. But my general expression is that most of the stuff you see is like low-quality content. Nothing epic, nothing original.
Well, that pretty much sums up your channel.
Thank you. I don't want to imply that I like the typical Hollywood movie. It doesn't have to be like that. I'm talking about good movies. I like the less popular ones, the ones that have a message. Maybe I'm biased and it just sounds weird to me hearing other people speak German in movies because I am German myself. But I also watch American movies in the original language and it's almost never that cringy. Leading me to another aspect, why is everything dubbed? Subtitles are so much better. And if you have to dub something, why would you use the weirdest voices for the coolest characters? I don't know about you, but have you heard the German voice of Saul Goodman or James McGill in Better Call Saul? I feel legit sorry for Bob Odenkirk. If not, please look it up and tell me if you feel the same way, because I think it's a weird choice. Not saying that the voice actor does a bad job, that's not the problem. It's just that the voices don't really fit, and that kinda distorts the experience for me. I am so warm. These were the main 3 points that I wanted to raise today. What do you think, rabbits? Where do you agree and where do you disagree? Again, no offense intended at any point, I just wanted to share my opinion with you guys. What things do you find annoying about Germany? Do you know good German movies? Das Experiment, Der Staat gegen Fritz Bauer, Der Baader-Meinhof-Komplex or Die Welle are some that I could mention. But now that I think about it, they are all politics related, so that seems to be something that Germans have a way with. More German supermarket hacks or insights. I really hope that you enjoyed today's super long video. If so, please leave a thumbs up because that would make me really happy. As always, you can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and here is a video that you should definitely check out as well. Subscribe to Don't Trust the Rabbit for more videos like this, and if you want to support my channel even more, you can also find me on Patreon. I would appreciate your help so much. Now I wish you all a wonderful day. Check out my other videos if you'd like to, and hopefully we are gonna see each other in my next one. Bye!